Hiya girls, we are Barney and Lukey and we are the hot young visionaries behind Truffle Pig Wigs.
And this is Cliffhangers, the unofficial, unrequested and unhinged RuPaul's Drag Race recap show.
The views and opinions expressed on Cliffhangers are from a couple of women who just love drag and have zero real business judging it. If you are not a fan of red-hot acidic critique, turn back now.
He puts the odour in. Oh my God, where's some deodorant? It's Barney! That was a real reach.
That was a real
Not because you don't stink, but just the double use of odour.
I actually, do you know what? I don't really have smelly armpits that much, I don't think. He says smelling them. I have literally just got out of the shower, but I don't really think I have smelly armpits that much.
I didn't say deodorant on the armpits, darling.
Oh, not the undercarriage stink. And she has less taste than a birth control pill. But don't we wish that they'd been more tasty for her mum? Oh. No, that was truly an overthought read. It was quite...
Oh, I quite
bad.
enjoyed it more than the other ones. It was just a shame you choked a little bit.
Should we restart?
Nah.
How you doing, Luke? Sorry, can we just
great.
stop and make an announcement as you flick round? Those more astute with the sort of telepathic understandings of this podcast will know that Lukey has had tape-in extensions and they have thickened and fulled her hair. It's like being in the studio with a sex bomb, a siren.
I feel like a cross between Pamela Anderson and Goldie Hawn in Death Becomes Her. Because I've also got a very gorgeous, wispy, mini
I was going to say,
fringe.
Lukey, talk them through the cut.
Well, essentially, I don't know if you've seen about the Hush cut.
I'm familiar, yes.
So if you're not familiar, it's basically just a Laura layers with a wispy fringe, basically. A softer version of like a wolf. So I've got kicky layers.
Oh, they kick.
So I've got less hair, but I've got
Rouge
more
in
hair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, speaking of Moulin Rouge, have you seen Yes We Can?
No.
So when I was getting my hair done, me and
Hello.
celebrity hairstylist Tom Berry.
Shout out to celebrity hairstylist Tom Berry.
Tommy. Basically, it's this like 6-part documentary about the Moulin Rouge. Did you know that most of the girls are English and it's run by like 3 like northern middle-aged women who all used to be dancers in it?
I do.
It's great. And it was just like
I know a lot of girls that have done the MR track.
they just call it Moulin over there.
Wow. It feels cross cultures, if I'm honest.
Wasn't
feels like
there
confusing.
that thing at the vaults, like Moulin Rouge?
There was indeed.
Yeah.
With some fab.
What's
of the
that
Bit and
company
Peach.
called?
Bit
Yes,
and
Bit and Peach.
Yeah, some of the Bit and
Very
Peach
good.
girlies.
Shout out.
Yeah. What have you been up?
Well, first things first, Barney.
What?
The message boards have been ablaze
Oh
in this
my
last
God.
week. Finally, as she tries to stall for time while she finds her sound. Da-da.
Are you going to talk about the girlies getting up in the... Oh my God, we've got loads of messages as well. Oh, fuck.
We're recording, Barney.
Sorry.
First of
I
all,
was getting on my business.
a big shout out to Faye G on the Insta.
Love Faye J.
Who reached out asking if we will be doing Dragula updates. And my darling,
Loved it.
absolutely, for you we will.
Loved her so much she didn't even bother to follow her back. Faye J, consider yourself followed.
Oh, great.
Oh.
And then we've got our first Agony Aunt listener question from a longtime friend of the pod, Faye Bento, and I'm going to play it for you now.
Oh my God, what? Sorry, this is brand new information to me. I'm losing my mind. Go on.
Bear with.
Yeah. Most importantly, our good fucking girl, Faye G, let us know that the whole seeking site that we were trying to think of is called Sniffies.
Yes, thank
So
you.
shout out to Sniffies.
Why is everyone called Faye just reaching out to us this
My
week?
God, thank you. And as a reminder that you can seek the fame that you so desire. Drop into our inbox, we'll give you a little shout out.
Right, let's hear.
Actually, that's not true. A lot of people drop into our inbox and we never mention it. But Faye G really touched us.
Welly welly woos. I have a question regarding boobs. So, as a aspiring doll, myself, I'm like thinking like, yeah, one day I'm going to win the postcode lottery and get massive Sophie Anderson tits that hopefully don't explode. But
Ooh, tough.
until then, I'm having to like make do with my current boob situation. Granted, I've never touched someone else's boob before. So I'm not
Pause
sure
it
if
there.
like the right.
I was thinking you could feel my boobs and tell the audience what it feels like.
Yeah, okay.
Right, carry on.
texture, but I have boobs from a lifelong affliction of childhood obesity, which became adulthood obesity. So I'm like, are all tits built the same? Are tits different? Where should I get new tits done if I do come into money somehow? Does Miss Lukey have any recommendations? Because I have a feeling that she's been surged up too. I'd love to know what you think about tits.
And there is a PS. Hold on.
First of all, would you like to address the rumours that you have been searched up?
I think
Where has she got this information from?
And there's just a PS.
Also on that topic, like, do I need to go to Turkey? Do I get booper? Do I have to finance it? Do I pay cash or card? Do I have to pay
I'd probably clowns, yeah. Paying 3, babe.
Please help us out.
So there we go. Fayealicious. First things first. Let's have Barney feel my boobs compared to...
We've never gone to third base before. Oh my God, underneath the top. Okay, I'm doing an under... It feels like I'm...
These are like 10 years old
Marks
now
and
as
Spencer's
well.
doing a bra fitting. They feel like bags of curdled milk. It's like if cheese before they take the curds and whey out. No, do you know honestly what it feels like? Hang on, I'm going to close my eyes. Oh my God, the bounce back is unreal. It feels like if you put like very, very thick gelatinous, something thick and gelatinous, like a very thick sort of hair gel into like a rubber glove. They've got sensational bounce back.
Can you feel that there's something hard underneath the
No,
soft?
absolutely not.
Oh.
Absolutely not. They're very firm. Like they sort of
Firm but fair, I like to
firm
say.
but fair. They bounce back at you as soon as you touch them. But they're
They're not spongy.
Who said spongy?
That's what I think of when I think of a bounce back.
No. But like, as in, like they're very firm to the touch,
Sure.
but they're not hard.
Yep.
Which is exactly what you want. And can I be radically honest on the pod with you?
Please.
I've felt quite a few breasts in my time.
Real? What do you mean? Full C's or just across the board? You're saying
Across the board.
Yeah.
And the natural breast has a lot more movement in. Yours is, I think. If I was someone that had no breasts whatsoever, I think probably I'd want a good full C that like really stayed where it was. Just we're talking bikinis, we're talking backless tops, we're talking,
Yeah. Well, yeah. So if I lie on my back, they don't move.
Hello.
I would say.
Whereas
boobs
deep friend of the pod, Lottie Vallis, famously, if she lies on her back,
Concave.
she goes completely flat on the front. She's like a tray.
She's got great boobs.
She has.
Well, yeah, that's something I was going to mention when you said, are they built differently? I didn't realise until I was getting my boobs done. There's like a whole science, like the width of your bed, for example. We know some girls who've got some sweet wide ass titties. They're literally from armpit to armpit, whereas mine are very narrow. So unless I was wearing like a push-up bra, I would never have cleavage. I did write some hot points to tell you what I can remember. I got them done at the Cadogan Clinic near Sloane Square.
Shout out Sloane Square.
I think it was about $3,500.
At this point, just shout anything.
And
3.5.
I think so.
Seems very cheap for such a life,
and
for a
it was
gender affirming surgery.
Yeah. And I was like, Mum, I need a boob job. Like, what are you going to do about it? Essentially. And she was like, well, actually, when you were little, we put money into stocks and shares for you, and now you can use that. And then I was like,
How the other half live?
Exactly. I got a nose job and a boob job out of someone just putting some money in. So if you got kids, put money in for them now so they can change all the features that remind them of you.
That is absolutely insane advice to be giving someone. It's just like, just double check that your mum and dad haven't sort of put aside £20,000 for you.
It was less than 10. It was less than 10. But I got silicone. I was going to get the other one. I can't remember what it's called, but that kind of...
Asbestos.
It kind of like velcros to your body so it doesn't move, but something about that wigged me out.
Yeah.
I got teardrop under the muscle. I can't remember how many cc's it was, but there was this one really fun thing they do when you were working out what size you want to go for. You have to like measure out different volumes of like rice in bags and then wear them as like cutlets to see like how you feel as a D, as a C, whatever. And I think that's basically all I can say about my boob journey. But I say go for it. I was just so pissed off that I waited so long. Like, well, I don't know what I was scared of. I'm not the kind of person who gets surgery. Why not?
I would suggest, if you're not sure that you're going to like them, maybe get them to put them on your back first.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's not right there in front of your face and you can check. Also, super handy on the bus if the seats are quite hard, because then you'll just be able to sit back on them.
Also, if you're ugly, then you're going to be known as the queen of doggy styles if they can not have to see your face and they get to squeeze boobs.
I thought you were going to be like, if you're ugly, get them on your face.
Well, yeah.
Like as just sort of lovely lift up ears.
These are not suggestions for our girl Faye, though. This is the wider audience of people considering.
Ugly people.
Yeah.
I would like to say as well, if you are an aspiring queen and you're not ready for the surge yet, then first of all, if you want a breastplate, get it on AliExpress because they're much cheaper than
Well, I think this
else.
is more, not sorry to interrupt, but Faye is an aspiring doll rather than an aspiring queen.
Sure.
She's already a queen.
But if you did want to get, this is for our other listeners, if you did want to get them, make sure you get your fucking breastplates. Listen, it's all unrecyclable plastics. You might as well be getting it from AliExpress. Get them, they're much cheaper. And if not, maybe head over to somewhere like Izzy's Boutique, who have lovely stuffed bras, which is it's a gateway drug before you get into the sweaty, restrictive world of breastplates. But also, as our good girl Fancy Shoes, Miss Georgie B knows, you can get a breastplate up to, what was hers? Was it double J?
I thought it was like Z. I thought it was like the biggest you could go.
It was the biggest you could go.
Yeah. And then Jimbo has started wearing them and now has like stolen her whole gig.
Yeah,
so.
in Jules cosplay.
Fuck you, Jimbo.
We took a small, light breast detour then.
This is the agony aunt hour.
Please, we need more agony aunt hours as always. We can't promise to help in any way whatsoever or have any information that you will find useful, but that's exactly why you need it.
Exactly.
What else have you been up to, Luke's?
Well, you were away in Ireland writing, so I basically
you ruined my song. Go on.
Fuck all. Well, you ruined my song. It was about my fucking hair, so up yours.
Okay, Lukey, can I ask if you only had the medium of song to tell us about your week, and what song would you pick?
I'd pick New Attitude by Patti LaBelle.
I got a new attitude.
I'm feeling fresh and funky with me new do.
Yeah.
As previously explained, so there you go.
And I would pick It Goes On, Head On Again. Blame It on the Weatherman by Bewitched. Some people say I look like my dad because I do look like my dad. And
I thought it was like Fight Like Me Dad.
Some people say I look like my dad.
Some people say I fight like me dad.
Wait, a lovely teeny bopper song.
We're going to have to
Some
fact
people
check
say-
this, aren't
some
we?
people
You
say
talk and I'll fact check.
Some people say I scrap like my dad. My daddy. I've been in Northern Ireland, just soaking up the sights. Actually, I went on a writing retreat as I'm desperately trying to finish writing a TV show that me and my writing partner are trying to finish. And don't worry, it's full of gays and queers. So we'll be on the pod looking for people. Sorry, have you found some Irish humour?
No, I've Googled C'est La Vie lyrics and it's just given me this song which is about like 18 different languages.
Oh, love. And I've just been in literally in Enniskillen, which is in the Northern Ireland, by... Where the fuck is Enniskillen by? I could not tell you. Literally the middle of nowhere in Ireland. Just hitting up farmers and getting some clean air, all the good shit. And writing. So, yeah.
I would find it is look like me dad.
Yeah. Enniskillen is near...
Mescaline.
Oh, my God. When are we going to get on Mescaline? Is near Omar. And
Omar's on Mescaline.
And
Fucking
Donegal.
hell, he's gone downhill, hasn't he?
Let's talk some drags, Lukes.
Let's do it.
Just a smooth 13 minutes of complete and utter trash. Garbage.
Previously on RuPaul's Drag Race UK.
Oh, we had a lovely old time at the Panto.
Didn't we?
And a mirrored runway. Ginger fought off some heavy hitters to win a badge while Banksy and Dee Dee lay missed it out. And I dreamed a nightmare that Banksy was gone. And it was true. I know.
That was a lovely little segue, if I'm honest.
Thank you.
You've got a real way with words. Have you thought about writing?
No.
No.
Barely
You'd have to learn first. Didn't like that Ginger was so self-deprecating in this beginning, if I'm honest. She ain't got a lot of love for herself. But that's fine.
In what bit?
Because I do. After the elimination, she just seemed like she wasn't really sure that she deserved the win. She was like, I'm just very confused that I won. And it was like, no, babe, you're a front runner.
Yeah.
And she just seemed like she was very, very much questioning it. And I was like, you're saying that to Caramel, Michael Maruli, Vicky UK5 E6. Let me tell you, they are three people that would absolutely not be questioning whether they'd won or not.
Maybe. Also, a reminder, excuse me, that when Vicky decided to throw Banksy under the bus after the disaster class, she did preface it by saying she promised herself she was going to be honest.
Preface?
Yeah?
Not preface.
Prefaced. Cum-faced. And now here she is, bold lies to everyone, saying that she wasn't bothered to do it. It's like, when are you going to tell the truth? You are bothered that you didn't win.
A woman of deceit.
Yes.
Ooh,
Okay,
seem
it's
quite
the
heated about
zombie
that.
apocalypse.
Yeah.
Choose your fighter. Tamara in the titty bib or Kate in Ginger's wig.
Tamara is 100% scrappy as fuck. It would have to be Tamara in the titty bib.
Yeah.
That's like basically like
That's
a body shield.
Yeah, it's a weapon as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
Literally take
100%.
someone's eye out with that.
I quite liked Cara's little mirror shag in the cold light of day. It was giving me quite Rachel Maron glam, from The Bodyguard.
I have not seen
Whitney-
the Bodyguard.
What?
I know.
What?
I know.
Whitney Houston at her finest, which segues us nicely into saying Whitney Houston is Dionne Warwick's goddaughter.
Lovely.
Yeah. But it's do you know the look that she's in all the metal? I mean, it's not anything like it, but it just reminded me of that.
Yeah. I'm sure
Two
that was
divas.
probably the inspiration.
Yeah, Mabes.
Dare we move on to a new day?
I did need to ask, were you aware of the work of Bloody Mary? So when I kind of know
Yeah,
it.
of course. If you say Bloody Mary 3 times in a mirror, she comes and gets you.
I'm kind of aware of it.
Like
but,
Candyman?
Yeah, well, I'm more aware of Candyman. I've always had a sweet tooth. Sue me. Okay, let's move on.
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's a new day, workroom.
I really enjoyed Ginger's.
Feel like pure shit, just want to.
I really enjoyed Ginger's breakdown of like the CUNT because I also never really fully got what the nerve was, apart from like it do take nerve.
But you,
like,
and you do got nerve.
I don't think I do actually.
I think you do.
I'm always nervous and scared.
No, I think nerve. You're allowed to be nervous and still have nerve. Nerve is the barefaced cheek of it all, which you got cheek.
Fine.
They are getting every motherfucking red cent out of Kate Butch. She's like a whack-a-mole of one-liners.
Yeah.
She literally, I feel quite emotional about our dear Kate Butch. I love her. And I think that she's such fucking good telly. And she's quite like, she's giving Nana jokes, which, the people that are watching the Beeb are going to be eating the fuck up.
Absolutely.
And she's just constant, absolutely constant. There ain't that many girlies that are giving us funny interviews at all. It's quite,
Yeah, now
yes,
Banksy's
cunt
gone,
work,
yeah.
bitch. And I'm so fucking glad she's there. And I need her to have her time in the sun.
I think she will,
Yeah.
And Total Rucal
Total Rugal.
comes in, and never before have I had such a craving for raspberry ripple.
Ooh.
Do you see his suit? It
Yeah,
was
I did.
just something about the chiffonness of the scarf.
The
or something.
chiffonness of it all.
Oh, just so creamy, and I think as well because the night before, me and Tom had got from the Hackney gelato place.
What flavour?
They have like clotted cream and strawberries, and it's like
Oh my God, that is absolutely
for
fucking
Americans
delicious.
that was ASMR of a British person slurping tea. Earl Grey, I might add.
Can we take a slight detour to talk about ice cream? There is a place in Covent Garden and in Islington called Delicious. You know it, you love it.
Mm-hmm.
And it is true.
Hate the name.
Hate the fucking
Makes me
name.
think
I don't
of
need to
scabby, pus-filled.
Yeah, I don't need to be reminded of the fucking gigantic ulcerous nipples that it came out of. But the ice cream flavours, first of all, you can enter a competition to just think up an ice cream flavour. You could be like, what might go together? And then you can enter it in and then they make it if you win. And then it becomes a flavour for a month. That's the shit
Can
I
you
do
think
like.
of any ones you'd like to do?
Maybe like... We are literally have one brain cell. I'm just going to talk about drugs. Like, grow up. Like, have something else about you. Like
A drug flavour.
Yeah, so just like a ketamine ice cream.
Gross.
No. What I was going to say is actually magic mushrooms, and then they put magic mushrooms in. That'd be quite a nice way to.
Yeah, but
do
again, you're
mushrooms.
not actually solving the question here, which is what flavour.
Magic mushrooms. It would be mushroom
It's a
flavored ice
disgusting
cream.
flavoured
No, maybe we do like a very like thick sort of like,
Ashtanga, kind of earthy.
no, do like a thick sort of like blackcurrant coulis one,
Mm.
and then just like stuff it full of mushrooms, and then don't tell anyone because their main audience
Just
is
call it a
children.
magical woodland trip.
Yeah, it's their main. It's their children.
Bit of bark in
But they have the best fucking ice cream I've ever had in my life. It is dark chocolate and sea salt vegan gelato, and it is so delicious. I want to scream. I want to rip my own ears off. Oh my God, I need it right now. And also, when I used to live on Upper Street in Angel. Don't try and
Just
fucking
off,
dox
just
me.
off.
Yeah, just off the plaza. And at night, I would walk back. First of all, it's open till like 1 a.m. Mad. It's an ice cream shop. But
That is mad.
Yeah, every single night, I'd be like walking home like late at night, walk past it. There would be queues out the door at like 11:30 in the evening.
In winter.
Yeah. No, in summer.
sorry,
in summer.
sorry.
Spring, summer.
It's a spring summer situation.
Don't I know it? Anyway, let's talk some jokes.
Well, it's Snatch Game.
Yeah.
How does it go?
I don't know.
Something like
That's
that.
not it.
Why can't Americans say Warwick or Graham?
Yeah. Graham.
Graham Warwick.
Dionne Warwick seemed like an absolute dud from the outset, didn't it? Especially because she was like, oh, because I've got some teeth. I was like, if it relies on a prop gag, and then
Unless you're doing Scylla.
and then
Unless you're the Vivian.
but then where were the teeth? Où est la danse?
I didn't hear. Oh, yeah, she did say that, didn't she?
She did.
I felt, actually, we'll talk about that in the walkthrough
Yeah.
bits. I can't move past how much of a great character choice Barbara Cartland is.
So good. I've literally
So
wrote,
good.
what a fucking smart choice. I don't know anything about her, but I know it's a good choice.
Yeah, literally, she's some old camp bitch that RuPaul's 100% going to know.
Yeah.
And
It's very, what's her name? Why don't you come up and fuck me in the air sometimes?
Mae West.
Mae West. It's very Mae West adjacent. It's like people know one quality about her, which is that she's super vulgar.
I didn't even know that, to be honest.
really?
I thought she was just some old bitch who...
Yeah, all her
wore
jokes
pink.
were sort of like cock jokes.
And she got loads of dogs.
Oh no, that's Dame Barbara Cartland. Sorry, I was talking about Mae West.
Oh,
like,
sorry.
You know, like with Mae West, it's just like all people know is that she's super vulgar and she makes like cock jokes. And it's like, that is enough for you to just be vulgar and make cock jokes the whole time and it'd be good and it'd be funny. And it's exactly the same with Dame Barbara Cartland. Just be old and rude.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, we say shit like this. But the most important, you need funny bones. The most important thing about this is you need to be quick and be able to riff because actually, like, we're saying all of this. It's like, well, that's what Vicky Vivacious. She was like, oh, I'll just be,
gonna have fun.
And it's like, well, no, that doesn't work. You need to be. They fucking run themselves in circles right with this Snatch Game of being like, oh, maybe I failed because I wasn't in it enough and I didn't do this or do that. It's like you're not funny.
Well,
That's
RuPaul
why.
literally says, like, you either get it or you don't.
Yeah,
You're either
you're either
like
funny or you're not.
quick on
Yeah.
the fly. But though I feel like I am quick on the fly, but I also know that
You'd be fine.
I could get a bit like stage frighty mind. I feel like that would be a fear of mine that I would just get up there and just go a bit blank.
I don't think you
But in
would.
that case,
though.
you just have to drop everything you're trying to remember about your character and just try and make RuPaul laugh, like literally
Yeah.
any which way.
And also, you're there for 8 hours. I think you'd relax.
Yeah,
by-
that's true.
Once the sort of 4-hour mark hits, I'm sure you're just like, I just need to get through this
Yeah.
now.
I thought it was very strange that Dee Dee said she's not a fanatic of celebrities. Like, isn't that basically how most people would probably get into drag? By like, the here is an idol, I love her, I want to be like her kind of thing.
Yeah, I was a bit confused, but again, this this happens a lot with the young girlies that they just pick like, you know, people are like, oh, I'm going to be Doja Cat. It's like,
Like someone who's hot right now kind of
yeah,
thing.
it's like what? Like, why the fuck would you pick? First of all, I don't even know who this Lady Camden motherfucker is.
Lady Camden.
Who?
Lady C? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Never even heard of her. And at least if you're going to do like a posh bitch, do like Dame Barbara Cartland or like someone like Tamara Palmer Tompkinson. Tara Palmer Tompkinson, who's like well known and also like super easy to make.
R.I.P.
Oh fuck yeah. Oh, let's not.
R.I.P. those fucking skinny, drunk 2000s heiresses. Like,
Truly.
lovely
Who
gals.
else we lost?
I don't know, but just R.I.P.
Lady Victoria Hervey.
Is she? Isn't it pronounced Harvey, darling?
Isn't it Hervey?
I think it's written Hervey, but spelled. I don't know.
That's quite tacky if I'm honest. I ain't into it. I have
no idea.
I don't like a silent R.
What's Tamara Beckwith saying?
Is Tara Reid an heiress? She's skinny.
She's a mess. I don't know.
Oh, I feel bad for her though because she became like the poster girl for bad lipo stomach, didn't she?
Oh,
And everyone
yeah.
was like, what the fuck is going on
But she's
there?
all right. She's I say recently, maybe 6 months ago, I saw her doing TikToks with Jedward. She's fine.
I think the TikToks with Jedward were a cry for help, if I'm honest. She did not look fine in them. They were quite Britney
They're
Jean.
just like in a garage, like a car park.
They were
like
quite
doing
Britney Jean
out-of-time
adjacent.
spoken
Yeah,
word.
I know. Quite sad. But I don't think... Also, as well, like, Julia Fox. We're coming from this is a Julia Fox loving house.
Oh, please.
Like,
Also, yeah. Go
sidebar.
back to CNBC. You got to listen to the Julia Fox
Interview.
celebrity
Oh my
memoir.
God.
And
Do you know what I loved most about her in the interview?
what?
Is that she's actually quite a dumb bitch. And that was my favourite thing. But she just kind of like has no interest in like giving interesting answers to anything. She's just sort of like, yeah. And she just like, she has, everything is so chill to her. She's got
Well,
LA
I don't think
vibes.
she's like, I don't think of her as a dumb bitch. I just think like she's not trying to impress anyone by trying to like talk anything up or anything. She's just literally like, I'll just literally tell you straight. I'm not trying to fancy it up or anything. I'm just obsessed now. I know that she's
Love
Italian
her.
like me.
I can't believe you didn't know that she was Italian. I feel like she exudes the Ital flavour, no?
No.
Oh, really? I just presume everyone from New York is Italian.
Sure.
Yeah, makes sense.
Let's talk about these walkthroughs.
Let's.
First up, we've got Ginger, Tamara and Vicky.
I just think, I know this obviously goes without saying, like, even if you don't know who they are, it doesn't matter. Just pick someone that Rue likes.
Yeah.
That's how you get through this. It's like you could tell so fucking much that RuPaul does not like when people pick Catherine Tate. This is the
Well, she doesn't like it when people do characters, a full stop, I think.
Yeah.
Or especially people that do like like maybe you're just a character, fine, but if you're like a sketch comic that's constantly just...
But as soon as you can tell with RuPaul, she's transparent as fuck. Like as soon as she was like, okay, the problem is with doing something like that. It's okay, don't do that. She doesn't like it. Like listen, like she's not
so easy to play the rules.
She is not. But saying that, I do love. Do you know Bernie the nurse?
Well, I was going to say I don't watch this shit, so you'd have to tell me how good these impressions are.
Both impressions very, very good. Both very, very wrong to do for Snatch Game.
Well, let's talk about that later.
Yes.
I just thought, bless Tamara, she had this whole speech planned out about, Miss Doubtfire, she's cheeky and she can play with it. She's like, literally like, this is going to be a perfect Snatch Game thing and I can explain why. And then RuPaul's literally like, fuck what you said. Give me a dumb accent now. Go, show pony, perform.
She loves... Who did she last do this with when it was just like, it was...
Blue Hydrangea?
No, it was your one that's...
Stop saying my one when it's someone...
Your one. It was your one, Scarlet Harlot. And she was like, what if you just screamed the whole time and said, did Macaulay Culkin?
But that fucking worked.
It did.
She was in the top.
It did. Absolutely mad. And I believe I saw on Twitter the other day that Scarlet Harlot is now an OnlyFans girl. Which...
Oh.
No.
As a girl or a boy?
I don't think you can OnlyFans as a girl in drag.
Why?
What, just be cock out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see that. Sort of like lovely Marcel waves up top, cock and balls out below.
Marcel waves down below.
I'm sure actually the chasers, I don't know, like for the chasers, would they love that? Like a drag queen?
Well, it was maybe like a drag queen
bit of
that
a
you like their
crossover.
work, and then you're also a horny
Artistically.
homosexual, so you love looking at dick.
And you're pan, and you're like, there's something.
You get into it, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we could be into it. Who knows?
But it's like, it's
believe...
weird if you have a platform to then drop the whole thing that you're famous for, unless she's like, Scarlet Harlot is me as
I mean,
boy.
it doesn't mean that she doesn't have to. That you're like, she's allowed to exist as a young... My problem is with it is remember that Scarlet Harlot looks about 11 years old. That's why she could get away with doing Macaulay Culkin. Seeing her with her rock hard member out is probably...
I'm going to need to see some pics. Can you be looking at some pics?
I don't think it's for me, if I'm honest.
Next up, we have...
We should be doing rating the girlies OnlyFans. Why have we never got into this?
Do we have to then pay for... No, but if we expense the OnlyFans thing, then it's all
put
working.
it on the account.
Yeah.
Right, let me see if I can find it.
Caramel and Kate walk through. I was literally dying for Cara when Rue was like, name me the songs, because I feel like, that's the kind of thing I would blank on. Like if someone's like,
there was no
watch
blankage.
Always Sunny from It's Always Sunny, like tell me like the name of this thing, and it'd be like something so like general knowledge that I should know, and I'll just completely go blank.
There was no fucking blanking on that. She just didn't know.
I don't even know the song that she was saying. I would think that Walk On By is Dionne Warwick's most famous song.
Yeah. What she said,
like, friends.
That's what friends are for.
Yeah.
That's what friends are for.
That's what friends are for. I don't know it.
You would know it if you heard it. I also as well, she's like most famous for her collaborations with the late great Burt Bacharach. Any fucking song, Burt Bacharach.
Oh, lovely.
Do you know The Way to San Jose? Like, obviously, Walk On By is like incredibly famous. She's like, also as well, she's one of them bitches.
The moment I wake up?
Yep. Say a little prayer. She is one of them bitches that if you Google it, she's probably sung it at some point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's a bit of an Aretha.
Them old divas, they've covered everything as well by this
of course.
point.
It's like when you get to like your 60th year in show business, it's like, I'll tell you what I ain't covering is Adele classics. Do you know what I mean? It's like,
not that it's the same kind of standard as Dionne Warwick, but who did we go to see at that place near Cambridge Heath? Some old diva, and she just sat down the whole time. Was it
Jocelyn Brown?
Jocelyn
Oh my
Brown.
God, what a toe tapping, finger snapping diva. She literally, we were like, oh my God, so sick. We're going to get to see her do somebody else's guy. She shuffles out in a slanket and a pair of Crocs, sits on the edge of the sofa, and she just like literally, she's like not even facing the audience, just like, somebody else's guy. To be honest, I'd rather see Jodie Ann Powell do it.
Follow Jodie Howell if you like wide-breasted, sweet angels singing songbirds.
Yeah.
Next up, this walkthrough with Dee Dee and Michael.
Yeah.
We quite spoke about this before, but yeah, it's like don't understand how Dee Dee could be in two minds of what character to do. Literally, just Rude literally told her, "I am bored of Julia Fox and your TikTok tales."
Yeah.
Like. It's so easy.
If she tells you straight away that she's like, I don't want to see this, it's like, baby girl,
I would
probably
burn
listen.
that fucking wig.
Yeah. It's just such a lame choice. IMO. Like,
unless you're just like, I don't know what just be really like outrageous, but she's not like that kind. She's not like pulling stunts in that kind of way, is she? She's just like.
and also, does she have like?
bold.
I know she did that. I can't remember who the designer is. That the
choking
hand,
thing.
yeah, that hand around there. But it's like, does she even? I suppose you could do the blackout makeup.
Yeah, that's
But
what
like-
you would do, really, or just
Yeah.
like some crazy outfit.
I just can't imagine what you'd say
Latex.
as well. And we
Yeah.
know her. Like we both.
We know her.
We be knowing.
Yeah, she'd just be like, "Yeah, I did it myself a couple of times," and like, "Yeah,
I did it myself.
and the news." That'll be about it. Let's move on to the Snatch Game.
Yeah, please.
Carol Vorderman looked fucking gorgeous. She looked like Chad Michaels had done her makeup. She had that like soft, rounded cheek.
She's an evergreen sex symbol. I thought as soon as she came out, how is she keeping the figure of a young gymnast in that red pleather? Absolutely sensational.
I know. It's really funny to think that she was known to be this kind of nerd.
Bookish nerd.
Yeah, and now, so cobwebs are just falling from my ceiling.
Love it.
Now she is this like autumnal sex bomb.
I know. It's amazing what a bit of face framing layers can do for a girl, isn't it?
Tell me.
In her lavender years. Oh my God. She looked so hot. And do you know what I love about her as well? Is that deep down, you can give the girl a push-up bra and you can give her a tight little bodycon, but she is still a geek underneath it. She's still just someone's mum.
We can't be a mum and a hoe at the same time.
Are you saying that I think that?
Yeah,
No. I'm just saying that like she's got real heart underneath it all.
sure. Tart with art.
Yeah.
Wishing it a tart. And she's also got good.
I loved how you had to
good
rectify
politics.
yourself there. She's actually not a tart. These are not the.
Sometimes she's on Have I Got News for You, and she seems like she's on the right side of things.
Oh, good.
And obviously, Alexandra fucking Burke being the queen of the Huns. Are you joking?
Do you know what I was thinking as I was watching her say her absolutely unbearable lines as they were coming down? She is the sort of person that when you meet, I famously have met Beverly Knight. Oh no, not me pulling out the headphones. Sorry, that felt like truly the most Hun shout out ever. That is.
Why are you talking about Beverly Knight?
Well, if you give me a fucking second.
Bloody hell.
Do not. What in that? What in the Nighty Night scenes did she say? She's like, "Are you lashing out because you're a plump?" Wow, really sorry, killing the microphones there with my screams. I very famously on the message boards have met Beverly Knight, and she was one of them people that she was so nice that you're like, no one is this nice. You can't be this nice, and I feel like Ali Burke is one of them people that it's just like she is so sort of. She's just smiling and so happy to be there all the time that it's like, this is unnerving.
That was a very, what's the word when people just throw in sex scenes?
Gratuitous.
That was a very gratuitous name drop for literally no reason. You could just say, Alexandra Burke seems very nice. Don't be like, I met Beverly Knight. She seemed nice. And because of that, I think Alexandra Burke seems very nice.
I'm going to ask you a question.
Shit.
Do you think, yes or no, that more than 4% of our listeners know who Beverly Knight is?
If they travel on the tubes, they'll see our posters for the West End.
Do you think, yes or no, that the gratuitous name drop, that was done with a wink, wink, nudge, nudge, because no one knows who Beverly Knight is?
Everyone knows who Beverly Knight is. Shoulda, woulda, coulda, baby.
I don't think our
We'll do a
many
poll.
global listeners know who Beverly Knight is. But what we will do is we will throw up a lovely photo of her, because I feel like she's had a lovely single. Keep this fire burning. It did not burn.
Oh.
It was extinguished.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yeah.
Kate was just so fucking good at including Carol and Alexandra in her answers. It's like throwing in all the pop culture. It was like so good. But then it's as good as it was equally frustrating because it's just all going over RuPaul's head. Like, she doesn't get any of these. She doesn't get it.
When it first went in on Ginger dressed up as Dame Barbara Cartland, I thought she was giving me, you know, when Sarah Paulson is that crack addict. It was giving me that instead, the black eyes and the blown out wig. I was like, I'm not sure that's Dame Barbara Cartland in that very strange wig, but I'm very fucking into it.
I didn't really understand the hat. It was kind of like a Mitzi, wasn't it? Like a weird, like, 8-sided shape.
The hairline was sending me, it was very Elizabeth I. I was like, why is your wig so far back? Very into it. What about Tamara with her amazing Technicolor Book of Accents? I believe Madame Doubtfire is Scottish.
Well, she was doing Scottish for her. Hello,
but then it was Hartlepool at some point. And then it was Southern. And then Australian at some point. I thought, do you know what? As long as he's laughing, that's all that matters.
Literally. It was like, I don't know. Obviously it worked, but for me it felt a little bit, I don't want to say desperate.
Wow.
Because like RuPaul hasn't, I just wish she had just literally fucked off the Madam Doubtfire and has just gone as like Foghorn Leghorn or something. Just like
Foghorn Leghorn.
Like, I'll say.
Foghorn? Who the fuck is Foghorn Leghorn?
Some like olden days like Hanna-Barbera, like Warner Brothers, like cartoon character thing. Sorry, Rihanna is coming into our studio.
Oh my God. Sorry, that was absolutely terrifying. My phone just started going off. A reel just auto-played in my pocket. That was absolutely terrifying. I was like, where the fuck is Riri? Let's talk. Can you not smoke an unlit cigarette on the Beeb? Because why the fat blunt? Did you not know she had like an entire A4 newspaper wrapped up pretending to be a cigarette? Your mate, Vicky.
Of course you can't smoke a cigarette indoors.
No. Can you not pretend to smoke a real one?
I didn't. I thought she did have a real one.
No, it was like a bit of like rolled up white paper. It was so thick and
maybe
so
no
big.
one smokes in that season.
Are you fucking kidding me? Under the stress of this show, you're telling me they're not all pumping
maybe
Marlboro
like
Reds out
Brother,
back?
It's like this is our ration cigarettes. I ain't giving it to you to be
playing with silly buggers with.
Yeah, I'm not sure how Cara.
Sorry, can I just say? Imagine us. I'd have to get through 70 cigarettes a day. I'd
have like just my whole body covered in patches.
Yeah. Oh my God, Mary. I would be backstage and I'd be chain smoking 100%. Also as well, it's lovely to be out in the smoking area, isn't it?
That's where all the best chats are.
Oh no, exactly. It would come to it and be like, how much of your dress have you done by? And it's like, not a damn thing, but I've got through this whole pack in 20 minutes. So there is that. Imagine how hard it stings when Rue is like, you would think that Dame Barbara Cartland would have got that answer, wouldn't you? And it's like, okay, shut up, bitch. Mind you, she sometimes makes such cutting remarks that it's like, wow, you would think someone doing this impression would be doing better than this. She sometimes says things that it's just like, you just couldn't recover from it.
In what part? What are you talking about?
She said, I can't remember who she said it to. She said it to maybe UK5 who was Fanny Craddock, is that the name?
Yeah, I thought you were talking about.
She said she was basically like
Barbara Cartland.
No. Sorry, she was basically saying like, she said something like, "Oh, you would think that Fanny Craddock would really know the answer to that," and she's basically saying, "God, you're really fucking
do your research."
Yes, you're really murdering this, aren't you? And you don't know who this person is.
But, I mean, it must be frustrating if you're hour 7 and you're like, so Beyonce, are you missing Michelle and Kelly? It's like, oh, I don't have any friends called Michelle and Kelly. It's like, are you fucking joking me? I've literally thrown this at you.
Yeah, absolute dog shit. And
as I was trying to say 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God, the shrill high-pitched noise.
Well, you interrupt me and then you just carry on with your own points.
Yeah, because it's more important. Go on.
How can you not have watched Drag Race and not realise that RuPaul is friends with LaToya Jackson and then decide to like bring her up as someone we don't like?
Wow, this is one of the things. I think maybe they were taking a desperate risk that it was like, oh, I know that you know them, so maybe we can have a shared joke here.
But then make it a positive one. Why are you making it negative? Like, does Dionne Warwick have beef with LaToya?
Well, because in the end, she was like, yeah, I'd still go at a house though.
But I think that was because RuPaul was like, you do know I'm very good friends with LaToya Jackson, don't you?
I bet she's even been to our house.
It's like,
I bet she's had eggs.
Slagging off Fortune Feimster. You wouldn't do that, would you?
I would never. I would never slag off. Now, let's talk your doll, your diva, Michael Maruli.
Yes.
For me, personally, as a big fan of Catherine Tate, it was just too one note. It was
just
Like-
saying the catchphrases without adding
Well, this
anything.
is the thing. It was just, first of all, it looked like she had a Buffy the Vampire prosthetic on. She looks absolutely insane in that, Bernie. She had like something
Who's
crazy was
Bernie,
going
the
on.
man or the woman?
The nurse.
Which one was that?
She had, did she
Curly
have
hair?
contacts? Yeah, ginger. She had like
bright orange contacts.
Bright orange contacts in. She looks quite undead, if I'm honest. It was more Chucky than Bernie the nurse. But I just think that, I don't know, she like to sit there and just rail out. All she did, the only I mean, maybe she didn't, and they just didn't show it. But all she did was just rail out chunks of text from the scenes, and so you're not in the moment, you're not riffing, you're not back and
Just
forth,
memorising lines.
Yeah, and it's just like that's a completely different thing. And I just think then she came out with the second one, which seemed a bit. I don't know, that didn't really work for me. And then she did exactly the same thing where she just did entire chunks of the text.
Like, unless you're going to give me fucking Bob, you don't need to change character midway through.
Yeah, and also they were very two completely different people, whereas they were
I think that's better than two similar people.
No. Sorry. What I'm saying is when Bob did, just trying to think who she did. She did Carol Channing and Crazy Eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And didn't she do a third as well?
No.
Oh. They're very, very different people. Whereas, like, obviously the Catherine Tates are, but they're both Catherine Tate characters. So, like, kind of, I don't know. It's exactly the same type of humour.
Yeah.
I guess. And also as well, it's like, it really fucks you up because it's like, if Rue doesn't watch the Catherine Tate show, which you have no idea whether she does or not, then that's two people that she doesn't know.
I know Catherine Tate is a bit famous in America because she was on The Office.
Oh, yeah.
So she might be aware of her, but I doubt they're showing her old sketch shows.
Question, fact checkers of the nation. One drop or two? Is one lump or two, right? One lump or two?
What? Well, that's the common phrase. I can't remember from Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, but she said one drop or two.
Yeah.
So, baby, that is the most famous quote.
Drop
in
of liquid acid, I imagine.
Yeah. It was quite mad. Here's the big question that you need to answer. Why is watching someone bomb Snatch Game so unbearable?
It's just embarrassing.
It's
and
physical
you just,
pain.
like, suck in their embarrassment, don't
Yeah.
you? But actually, no, because sometimes they don't realise they're being bad, so it's not embarrassing for them if they don't realise. I
guess
think like it doesn't need to be in every season. Like not every challenge is in every one. I feel like you can, by episode 4, you can work out whether you've got a good group for it or not. No, it wasn't like a famously bad one, but like these days it's like there's one or two funny people and then the rest is just like a bit much for a full episode to be so mid.
Also, you say there's one or two funny people. Like, when was the last time we had someone that was really, really fucking funny?
The Vivian.
Doing
or Bagger.
What was
Bagger
the
on UK
she's
versus the
doing,
world. Misery.
I was going to say Shirley Temple. That's not who I mean. Shelley Duvall.
No, she was.
Oh, Kathy Bates.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
that was so good. And also, like the Trump and Thatcher were really good.
Oh yeah, that was.
But
good.
that everyone loves the good ship lollipop Jimbo one, don't they?
Oh, I haven't
no, that
seen
was
it.
sorry. Oh, that was love Snatch Games. That's a bit different.
The only one that I can think of that I really, really love that I've seen recently is when Jinx did Judy Garland.
Oh, I mean that was like the best ever.
Yeah.
And someone did Eartha Kitt very well.
Oh,
Jujubee.
Yeah.
That was good. Weirdly, they named Alexandra the winner. Normally it's, who cares? Is that because literally in the history of Snatch Game, no one has ever got the correct answer before?
I guess so. I guess they just... Yeah, oh my God, maybe, actually. Maybe. Let's take it over to Elimination Day.
Let's do it.
Big question. Why is the graphics London when it's filmed in Manchester?
Because London's
The booming capital of fashion and culture.
it's the capital of, I was going to say the capital of the UK. Well, is England the capital of the UK? Do we? No, there wouldn't be a capital country.
The United Kingdoms, it's all the countries.
Yeah, but like, is there like a main...
Great Britain.
What? Is there like a main city? I suppose like a lot of politics that's done in London is done for...
Yeah, but it's just
I don't
mad.
even know
'cause
what
do
the
they
main
do-
capital city
For the
is.
graphics, do they do normally, is it like New York? Do you know what I mean? It would be the same thing rather than showing where they are, which
Someone's
is
like,
LA.
look, I've got 3 minutes and some
you
stock
know what?
images. Just chuck the gherkin on there and be done with it.
Do you know what it is though? They normally show like Santa Monica. They normally show like palm trees and like the beach and like, so they do show where they are in America rather than New York.
Do they film it in New York? No, they film it in LA.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
On the graphics, they show LA.
Yeah.
rather than the capital, which would be New York. And like for global things, you'd be like, it's much more recognisable than a beach.
I didn't even know they didn't shoot it in London.
To show, they shoot it in Mank, which seems like a crossover. I'm getting my wires crossed. How much were you dying that Dee Dee came in straight away and was just like, I imagine you feel like shit. God, I love that bitch. Like, just like calling it out straight away, just being like,
not even testing the water first.
Yeah.
Like, how do you think you did, babe?
Yeah, she was like, God, that's literally what she said. She was just like, oh God, I imagine you feel terrible, don't you? Because I do.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that's not helpful. I know you're allowed to feel terrible, but don't tell me I feel. Oh God, yeah, don't tell me I feel terrible. God, I love her. Where do you stand on Dee Dee Lish?
I quite like her.
Yeah.
I feel like it always does, whether you want to or not. If someone is linked to someone, you have got to mentally kind of shake that off for a few episodes. And I feel like, especially with this lip sync at the end, I think she's coming to her own. I just can't get past those pictures of Tamara.
Of fucking course, she's a comp girl. You best believe she would be. I was going to say shucking and jiving. Where is that from?
Shucking is like you shuck an oyster.
Yeah, so shucking and jiving. I feel like it's
like
a
jumping and a
racialised
jiving?
term, if I'm honest. Jumping and a jiving. Okay. I feel like I've heard someone
Rocking
say...
and a rolling, jumping
something,
and a jiving.
just like something and a something. I feel like of course she's at the comps. Like she is tanned,
So is
up,
that like freestyle?
tanned up to the hill, blue
Or
eyeshadow to the brow.
ballroom?
Well, I imagine she's probably a freestyle girl, probably a disco freestyle girl, if I'm honest.
I
That
can't believe
NRG
it.
needs to go somewhere.
She said she's 14 in that picture. I was like, this little 7-year-old all up in it.
Yeah, absolutely unbelievable. It was like, wow. Do you know what it is? Probably throwing it off. It's the lack of teeth. It's hard to
Like a
get.
lash as well, if we're honest.
I don't want to call a girl out on the pod, but them shoulders did not match their hips.
But so cute that both her and Cara have just like stayed with their first ever names that they've had.
Yeah. How do you feel about when the dolls have names that are just lazy man names? I'm looking at you, Chad Michaels. I'm looking at you, Derek Barry.
I'm looking at you, Lucrezia Gorgia.
Lucrezia Gorgia. No, because that's a gorgeous name. Michael Maruli. Chad Michaels, All Stars.
I don't mind.
No.
I think that actually kind of does, in a world full of Veronica, ooh la la, like if you're just like Chad Michaels, you're kind of going to stand out a bit, aren't
Well,
you?
it's a real Vegas thing, isn't it?
It's like, I am a star, that's my job, but I am the person, this is me. I don't need a stage name, I am the stage. I am the boom boom gun.
Okay, bitch.
Imagine how powerful I'd be if I could click.
You know that clicking, is it you that told me this? That clicking, when you click, actually, it's not, your fingers don't rub together and make the noise. The noise of the click is your middle finger hitting your thing. And it's making me lose my mind. So when you do this, it's actually just your finger hitting that bit of, and it's the speed of doing that, and it's not your fingers.
I can barely do.
Oh, I'm glad you can't do that. That would not make for a harmonious office of you. What would we call that? The 2000s finger slam.
That's older than 2000. We were doing that in primary school.
I can't really do it either. Oh God, no, absolutely.
It's kind of
brilliant.
gangster, to be honest.
It's kind of gangster.
It's kind of gangster.
You were doing it in the playground, and it's kind of gangster. I don't think the Cray twins were.
If you practice
popping
too
and
much, you
locking.
get a big red throbby finger.
Oh yeah.
Throbby finger. How you
It makes a lot of
feel
sense to me that Michael Maruli's drag was born in another country, specifically Gran Canaria. I would say it is not a country where you have access to the latest fashions, perhaps even a Vogue magazine.
I believe, first of all, is it Gran Canaria part of Spain? I believe they have Vogue España.
I don't think they're getting it on the island. Is Gran Canaria an island?
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't look at me like that.
Well,
I've
there's
never
the
been.
Canary Islands, and then Gran Canaria is one of them. Is like
I know you're fucking lying. Isn't the Canary Islands like tropical?
no. Well, it's like out to the left.
Oh, I suppose Spain's...
Like in Spain, they're fucking colonizer. But this is like, it's like it's
need to
warm
look at
all
this.
year round, so it's kind of just like west of Spain, I believe.
Really? Well, famously...
I've always wanted to go because they've got like sick national parks. It's all like this like black volcanic ground.
The Canarias. So actually, Gran Canaria, even though it is... Wow. Sorry, I'm about to blow your tiny little mind, which is very rude because you've just got that gorgeous hair. The Canaries, it's actually nowhere near Spain. And it's actually off the coast of West Sahara, which I did not know was a country, but here we are.
Yeah, west of Spain.
and sort of, west of Morocco, much, much further down. Look where it is.
There you go. That's why it's hot all year round, girly.
Literally. And we've got Gran Canaria, which is an island with beaches and a painted cave, apparently we've been told. And could you...
It's actually really on my list of like winter getaways.
Could you, for $20, tell us one of the other Canarias?
Fuerteventura.
Is that one of them?
Suck my fucking puss.
I thought you would be able to. That seems...
I know, because my good friend Carla went there when we were little.
I don't think it is one, though. I can't find it.
Fuerteventura.
Santa Cruz de La Palma. Santa Cruz de Tenerife. Oh, that's Tenerife.
Fine.
Tenerife. Palma, Tenerife, Costa Calma. Oh, Fuerteventura. There you go. And Puerto del Carmen. Wow. Shiver me timbers.
Let's go there for Fia's hen.
I think that's probably a bit further than Mykonos, but let's keep them thoughts open. That is really blowing my mind about Gran Canaria. I can't believe it's so fucking far away. I really thought Gran Canaria was like, first of all, thought the Canary Islands were like Jamaica adjacent. I did not do well at GCSE geography, let me tell you.
Clearly.
I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy smoking fags. But that's really blowing
Do you
my
mean
mind.
killing your fellow homosexuals?
Yeah. And I'll do it again. Bop, bop, bop.
It used to make me laugh when like, the first time I ever went to America, I'd be like, I'm going to smoke a fag. They must think I want to kill a gay person.
How old were you at this point? With your homophobic,
like 23
your dangerous
or something.
homophobic, violence against the gays, as always. So it makes sense that I don't think Gran Canaria is a place where fashion blooms. If
Wow,
I'm
you don't
honest.
think anywhere Africa adjacent can have fashion? You are so
It's a Spanish country.
narrow-minded,
It's a Spanish country.
colonizer
I would like to remind
body.
you that actually Nigeria is a hub for fashion.
You need to
actually.
remind me. You're the one telling me that anywhere near Africa is not going to have good
I
fashion.
didn't say that.
You did.
No, but is it not Vogue España that has Spain? That's Africa adjacent, isn't it, bitch?
I'm confused now.
Yeah, well, you better. You better be. So, Kara's... I don't know whether we're allowed to say this, but Kara's said that her name is Sterling.
I think we're allowed to say it if she has said it herself.
Yeah, okay.
It's been released. It's made the cut. It's made the edit.
Yeah, true. Which is, I just wanted to point out, an absolutely gorgeous name.
It's Sterling.
Sterling. Yeah, it really fucking is, isn't it? Quite gorgeous name.
Do you ever watch Archer?
What the fuck is Archer? Oh, no, I'm thinking of The Archers. I was like, what are you doing listening to Radio 4?
Do that. My granny would always have that fucking on. No, Archer is this kind
that
of animated like spy thing. It's kind of like timeless. So it's like it's very cool. Aisha, what's her name? Aisha Taylor.
Oh, yeah.
She's like
Mackenzie. No, let me not.
Anyway,
Go on.
she's in it, but basically the main guy, Archer, his first name is Sterling, and he's like the sexiest cartoon man of all time.
How often would you say your pussy is pulsating to cartoons? Because I've heard that come out of your mouth a lot.
Less as I'm getting older,
Who's getting older?
but you know, back in
Oh,
the
you
day,
mean like growing up from the age of...
like
as
it
you've-
would be like like Aladdin, Prince Eric, Robin Hood,
all
the
fucking
Fox.
absolute dimes. Like, they are so
That's it.
fit.
I guess I'm not seeing as much good animated D these days.
Well, you have come to the right fucking place, because if there's one thing I like to do, it's find porn that is based on cartoons.
Oh, I love that.
Oh,
All like the Simpsons
Shrek
ones. It's all
porn.
like it's all so incestuous, isn't it?
We were looking up Grinch porn the other day, and
Grinch?
and there's a lot of Grinch porn. Let me tell you let me tell you something that I would make do in the edit. The Grinch porn, head to fucking toe green, apart from his cock.
Bright red.
Bright, like a fleshy cock
Is he
on the
fur?
Grinch.
Is the dick furry?
Yeah. They've spray painted all of his pubes green. Love it. But then to have a fleshy coloured cock on the Grinch is truly bone chilling. It's horrible.
Well, I guess
it's
like
like
a
when
dog,
you see,
isn't
I was
it?
gonna say, it's like when them dogs pop the lipstick out.
Nothing.
Oh.
I love dogs so much, but it's literally if I see that, it's kind
You
of
have
like
not
you've
had a
cheated
dog.
on me. It's
Yeah.
just like I can't look at you in the same way now.
You have not had a dog until you have to watch it on a hot summer's day roll over and lick its own dick. Like, please. That's the dog.
I mean, props to you, honey. Props to you,
I
mum.
would if I could. It is truly the worst fucking thing ever. Should we take a little break?
Let's do it.
Let me tell you something, you ugly bitch.
Luke's, let me tell you something, you ugly bitch.
Yo.
On the subject of Africa, did you know that Ethiopia follows a calendar that is 7 years behind the Gregorian calendar? So to them, it is 2015, and they celebrate New Year's on September the 11th.
Wow, you can hear the conspiracy theorists typing up some
them
shit.
tin foil hats rustling away.
Just Ethiopia?
I believe so.
Interesting.
I saw it on TikTok, so I believe it to be true. Isn't that quite fucking mad?
Yeah.
Like, just like 7 years as well. It's not even like, oh no, we're in 14 or whatever. So 7 years just seems like such a strange discrepancy and a real fucking logistical nightmare.
But I'm with them. Like, I don't want to live my life based on fucking Jesus Christ.
Is that what the Gregorian calendar is?
Well, yeah, BC is before Christ.
Oh, yeah, of course. Oh, yeah. I'm with them.
Yeah.
I'm with her. Okay, cute. Let's talk main stage, girlie.
It's been a while since we've seen this lovely red hair on RuPaul, isn't it? She's been very blonde for a very long time.
The ginger and chartreuse colour story, heaven.
Gorge.
That
Classic
green,
RuPaul.
Oh, that green sort of satin-esque. Would we say that's a liberty neck? No, it's a boat neck, isn't it? A boat
remember.
neck. That boat neck is giving me very Christina Aguilera in Burlesque when she comes out in that green Vivienne Westwood dress.
Can't remember.
No, well.
Do you see Christina Aguilera as Cher for Halloween?
As Cher, I did. She looked absolutely
So
fantastic.
good.
Wagon wheel with two seat.
Oh, I hate to say this, but did you see Kimberly Kardashian as Salma Hayek from Dusk Till Dawn?
No, I don't. I've.
Oh my God.
Is it really worth an oh my God?
Yeah.
Is it worth an oh my God more than Megan Thee Stallion dressed up as Greta Gremlin?
Well, yeah, because I'd seen that 5 days ago by the time Maggie sent it. So.
Oh, ouch, burn. Burn.
Same with that TikTok you sent me, that man with all the layers. I seen that 2 weeks ago, mate.
Man with all the layers.
He's in the salon.
Oh my God. Can you fucking believe there is... Sorry, a gentleman has absolutely no business having so many kicky layers in his hair.
He looks like
A lovely dog.
falcon.
Yeah, lovely. I couldn't believe it. I thought, do I need a wig like this? Imagine a wig that's just sort of like goes to like the base of your shoulder blades and it's just lovely kicky layers the
All
whole
it
way
is
down.
is just V's all the way down.
Oh my God, absolute heaven. So sorry, what was I looking at? That you said you do it? Oh, Kimberly Kardashian.
Yeah. In the meantime, I'll say I thought Michelle looked really gorgeous and loved that orange and khaki liner combo on Alexandra.
My problem is with the Kim Kardashian is that I flick past absolutely everything she ever does. Who is she?
I think Boo just showed it to me because he follows Salma Hayek and she must have shared it.
Brat Stoll, Khloe Kardashian, Kim Kardashian, and then two people I've never heard of.
They've got brats.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so basic.
They're dressed. I thought you meant like they have got Bratz dolls. Maybe.
No.
They didn't even do the. Did they do the?
Oh my
Bratz
God, has she got a
makeup?
real snake on? Oh my God, she has with... Are you fucking kidding me? What, you think she looks... What are we...
Hot.
I mean, of course she does. She is hot, but that is from the fucking... What's the other one called that's unbearable? The really boring one that everyone says is pick me. Not Kylie. The
Kendall.
Other, Kendall. This is from the Kendall school of Halloween costumes.
But like the body is like perfect. Like that is, if you squint your eyes, that is that scene to me. I feel like that is just done
absolutely
perfect.
Fucking not.
Yeah.
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? The body and face of Salma Hayek was created by...
I said if you squint, Barney.
Okay, I'll be squinting. If I had as much pump as she does in the face, I'm actually starting to say I would never, ever question a woman's need for the pump, ever. But she's actually losing a bit of beauty as she's got to the point now where if she just softened and let it go, she'd be a beautiful... She's like 43 or something.
I don't know when the last time I saw her. I don't really know of her.
As I look across from someone who is...
Don't you dare.
They're entering their early 30s. I'm not going to be afraid to say it. Is that you are someone that has just a small amount of pump to lift and refine what you already have. When I see pictures of her in real life, she is like... You know, everyone's talking on TikTok about how the Kardashians have this thing that's called like... when you have a lip flip done too many times, you basically always look like you're smelling shit.
Oh. Because you kind of lose a bit of control of that muscle.
Yeah, always look like you're losing shit. And it's just like, she now has so much going on in the face that I see surgery when I look at her face now, which I never used to. And I actually don't like... Salma Hayek is a gorgeous young beauty in that film. I don't see it there.
That's one of the hottest things that's ever happened to me, seeing that every time.
Sorry, not that a face full of Serge isn't also the most beautiful thing ever. It's just they're not comparative to me. Like Salma Hayek is... Because Salma Hayek is someone that
I can't imagine anyone doing that Halloween better.
Say it with a full chest. Me.
I would be repulsed to see you do this.
I really want to do Greta Gremlin. I was looking at it being like, fuck, that's so good. I'd really quite actually like to do it.
I actually preferred her Alice in Wonderland.
The flower.
The hearts, yeah.
Oh, shit, so heavenly.
Just that whole like flower headpiece was just so gorgeous.
She recently released a single that has really got the message boards ablaze because our good
Cobra.
friend Megan the, oh yeah, you were talking about it. Were you saying on the message boards how...
I sent a
much
message
it
and then I
touched you?
unsent it.
Oh, how
because
much
no
it
one ever
touched
replies
you?
to me. No, it's more just how how this video is literally all the worst things. It's like a snake shedding skin,
Yeah.
which is like my worst. Apart from snakes shitting and snakes shagging, those are the top three most disgusting things to watch
Why do
snakes
they have
do.
to be sexual? Like, you're already like a killing machine. Can
You're
you
already
not
just like a
fuck as
giant
well?
throbbing cock. Like,
Yeah.
stop it.
Oh my God. That's why I can't believe that you liked that Kimberly Kardashian thing. Her with that fucking gross white
was
and yellow
squinting.
snake. Oh.
But I don't know. I think she looks great in it, but I just can't believe that. Like, so she's saying that she was feeling suicidal.
Feeling suicidal. Her fucking boyfriend that everyone was like, oh my God, you're the best couple in the world. I hope you get married. Cheated on her. Got his cock sucked in her bed.
Oh yes, yeah. Because
Like-
I was trying to work out, like, is she literally telling us these things, or is it like sort of, do you know what I mean, just a song?
No. She was giving us a peek behind the curtain. She was saying, look, I've had the worst fucking like 2-3 years of my life.
Yeah.
Everyone turned on me. It is when I heard it the first time, I had a little lump in my throat. I thought we have fucking let down Megan Thee Stallion.
All I just sort of saw the snakes, had the suicide bit, had the bed bit, and thought she was hot. But my major takeaway was just I thought the song's a bit boring.
It was a bit boring,
Kind
but
of like the guitar-y bits, but
what a
it doesn't
sweet
really go
corn-fed
anywhere.
girl. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I literally can tap dance to me in some shit, like
I don't know where you were
speaking
going with
gobbledygook,
that.
but like I'm
Tap
going to be
dance
obsessed
me
with
in
her.
some shit.
I
Oh,
don't-
she could tap dance and
Yeah,
shit.
like
and
I don't.
still,
I still
I'd
love
buy the
her.
t-shirt.
Like,
Yeah,
you could do the most boring song in the world,
Yeah, so
literally being shot out of a snake, having sex with another snake, shedding its skin, and I'd still eat it up.
I'm sure, I don't know whether we touched on this last time in the pod, but if I have to watch, all I ever see on Vogue is them posting Kardashian content and people being like, please stop fucking posting this. I don't care. Like,
They're probably
why-
like one of their major financial contributors or something.
probs. But I saw Kendall, and she fucking, not only did we moan about her dressing up as Marilyn Monroe, basically in a black turtleneck, being like, one of the most beautiful women in the world, I'm just going to do my own makeup and like, oh, look at me.
Yeah.
Also, they're obsessed with aligning themselves as like American figureheads. Do you know what I mean?
Like icons.
like Jackie Kennedy and shit. Like, but then her other one was she dressed up as fucking Wonder Woman. And again, it's like you have access to literally
The
the
best.
best prosthesis, the best makeup, like, and it's like your job is like looking hot. It's like, what, you couldn't be bothered to just do one Halloween outfit where you like, what is the American obsession with not being gory and scary on Halloween? It's so lame.
And especially when like these celebrities now do like 18 different looks that they have full production photo video shoots for, and it's just like, do you actually go out and have fun, or
Yeah.
do you just like spend all of October like doing these things to release around Halloween?
I want organs hanging out. I want like your eyelids exploded. I want prolapsed anuses hanging down the street that you're dragging along by your swollen rectum. Like, come on, a bit of excitement for the girlies. It's our one night a year.
Oh, and then what did I think? Who did I see? Who is Zoe Kravitz going out with? She was like in a...
She's married to someone. I think they're married. I think she's like some randomer.
Oh, because I saw she did like a pair Halloween costume with someone. And I remember thinking, surely they're not together.
Well, she's a bit problematic, our Zoe Kravitz. Not as she is so fucking fit, and she's obviously so gorgeous and obsessed with her. But she had some very strange views of late. I think her publicist has maybe made her keep off the soch. But do you remember she had some very strange views about Will Smith?
No,
The Will
God,
Smith
tell
and
us
Jada
while I
thing.
try and find out
The
who.
Will Smith and Jada thing, she was like, I cannot believe that we live in a world where a man would stand up and smack another man in a...
Especially when you found out they've been separated for 7 years.
Yeah, right. And she's just often had, I mean, I dread to think what she's put up about the Israel-Palestine conflict. But she's often had some very strange views. And I believe she had some strange views about, oh, I don't want to put this out there. She's had strange views. Maybe we'll look it up and deepen that. But I feel like they've been even worse. But yeah, she's a question mark, our Zoe Kravitz, but she's so fucking fit, isn't she? I mean,
Yeah,
it's
when I
literally
watched-
genetically impossible not to be from Lisa Cabernet.
Yeah, although she has done quite a lot of...
Of the work.
Well,
Good on her.
that buckle has really changed.
I can't
shit.
even imagine what we would look like if I had access to just any surge that I wanted. I imagine I'd look something like Michael Maruli. Should we talk about drags?
Yeah. No, wait, sorry. Please. Oh, yeah. So her and Channing Tatum went as Rosemary's Baby together. So I was like, are they?
Oh my gosh, she looks great with that little pussy.
Banging.
Oh, maybe that's who she married. I don't know.
I mean, he's not nobody.
Yeah, that's not who I thought it was. Channing Tatum is famously quite famous.
Maybe I'll screenshot that picture for the girlies.
Let's talk some tracks. I'm so glad Alan Carr is back. Love Graham Norton. Love the two gay forefathers. But I love to sit here Alan Carr because he's so silly.
He's silly, isn't he? But then Graham is very quick. They're both very funny.
This runway category, we have heart-ons. What would you have done for heart-on?
So my first thought was broken heart. And then I was thinking of like sad is blue. So some kind of blue broken heart. You know, there's that very like common traditional tattoo that's kind of like a love heart that's got big eyes and it's like crying tears. Yeah. Something basically based around that is as far as I got. I wasn't majorly inspired because I didn't want to end up dressing like everyone else in red lingerie.
Annoyingly, my first thought when I thought of heart-ons before I saw LKB was I was like, first of all, this is absolute dog shit prompt, like so uninteresting because everyone's going to do the same thing, which they did in the same colour. But I was thinking maybe my first thought was like sailor tattoos, and then I was like maybe I would do a JPG-esque sailor, which fucking glad I didn't. So glad I didn't, as if I was. Yeah. It was
so
crudely stolen away from me on the episode. And maybe do like a very sick, but I would have done like a nude corset, more like the perfume. And then just like covered head to toe in heart tattoos.
Kind of a little bit like when Aquaria did that older lady and she was all in like nudes and like the tattoos.
When she did Michelle Lamy.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot she did her. But what is the theme? What's the theme that you would like to see on the runway?
I feel like I've oversold it because I was like, oh my God, I've got the sickest fantasy.
Would you like
runway.
me to hear mine? Because mine's not that great.
Yeah.
I would like to see the Ket Gala.
Yes.
And I would like to see.
Can we throw a Ket Gala next year? We just basically all go around someone's house and watch it on K.
Yeah. The outfits are inspired by your favourite drugs. And I think you could have it could be weed, it could be Klonopin, it could be a whole myriad of pharmaceutical wonders.
Well, you could go fucking zany with magic mushrooms and acid.
Exactly. Or coked up, quite fab.
Just very direct.
Very jittery. What about you, Luke's?
Roald Dahl.
That's a good one. Who would you go as?
Either Mrs. Wormwood or Mrs. Twit.
Oh,
or like one of the bugs Twits. From James and the Giant Peach. But I feel like someone has done.
I think you're serving James and the Giant Peaches right now, aren't you?
What would you do for Roald Dahl?
Roald Dahl.
Because you can go like a normal human or literally as abstract as you like, kind of.
Yeah, fuck. I do love
the witches. Someone would do the witches.
Oh, 100. Well, I'd want to do the witches anyway. I'd want to do it. But I'd want to do. I would
do something that makes your wig explode off the top.
No, I would. Do you know what I would do? I'd do the Grand High Witch, and I would have a prosthetic made of my face, like she does, and I would come out with that, and then I would peel it off and have prosthetics of the ugly rat queen that she is underneath.
Nice.
Oh God, I love that film so much. The original.
They have got a stage show of it at the moment, I think.
They haven't. Going to see it.
Oh, lovely.
Going to see it in late November at the National. Right, let's talk outfits. First up, we have Tamara Thomas serving Nurse.
Nurse? Do you know the first thing I'm going to say?
Absolutely gorgeous.
No. What's my issue with it?
To be honest, I can't really remember. Baggy? Oh, let's have a look. Oh my God, is that what she wore?
And now I've got the picture of the lingerie.
Is that what she came out in?
Yeah.
I somehow missed all of that.
I just can't cope when people have suspender clips and then they have suspenders, but yet the twain do not meet.
Oh really?
Hold them up, girl. That's what they're there for. Otherwise, you just got like dangly bits and stockings that might fall down.
Well, that's quite crazy, isn't it? I totally didn't know.
People do that to be honest, all the time. I don't think people understand what suspender belts are.
As a girly girl, it's really quite unfair.
It's very triggering.
Sorry, this is absolutely blowing my mind. I feel like I've never seen either of these outfits before. In my head, she was just in a very spangly red corset. I feel like I've never noticed the red leg things. Fuck, she's got some legs on her, hasn't she? Do you know what I do like about it, though?
Horse.
Do you know what I do really like about it? The cut of the corset, though, is so high that it makes what is essentially like her higher than her hip bones look like her legs, which is quite fab.
Yeah, so it's like your legs are starting like and your waist, basically.
Yeah, I'm going to say I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I thought the combination of all of the things, very, very gorgeous to me. I gave it a 9.
I am obsessed with the hair.
Oh my God, do you know what the reference is? You know what the
No,
reference is.
but she also hasn't, at the time of me writing my notes, said who the hair was by. She said all the other things, but she didn't mention who the hair was by. So beef there?
I know who the hair is by.
Who?
I'm pretty sure it's by Wigs by Saya.
But then I feel like why aren't you tagging then? What's the tea? What's the story?
But, do you know why I think that? But they're probably just waiting for the. But
No, because she's literally posted the shots and tagged everyone else, but not the hair.
do you know why that could potentially be? Do you remember the fucking beef? So you know that. So the two references I would say that are clear is that the Claudia Schiffer Mugler when she has the Starlet remade, that sort of
Blonde.
like the crystallized like one that makes it look like a
Swirly,
flower,
yeah.
kind of a bit like that. But I would say that style is recognizably inspired by Paris hair. They do them sort of like hardened sort of face framing. And do you remember? Can't remember who it was. Maybe Ahura, Mabes, posted one that was inspired by. Because also as well as you cannot get.
I know what you're going to say.
Paris hair does not do customs. So like, and I have seen many Drag Race girls say that. Sorry, that is an absolute lie. I have not seen many Drag Race girls. I have seen a Drag Race girl, and I've also heard someone else say it. Let me not heart people up on the pod, but that they have reached out to them and they've said no, basically.
Yeah. So then if you ask someone to do a remake, he gets pissed.
Yeah, but then he's like, don't fucking copy my work. And I believe, maybe it was a horror, but it was someone huge that it was like, you should want to do their wig, you know? Like, but I guess that maybe there's enough drag queens in Paris that they're like, I don't really care about.
Well,
Although
if you
they
could
did
just do these insane fucking creations
they did
that people
do
buy,
Taser's
why have you got to
hair,
listen to all these things that people want? Just like, I'm an artist, you buy it or you don't.
Yeah.
I would wish we would like that.
And I think that I'm going to start needing to be good at wigs then.
It's different. It's unusual.
But I think that probably is a reference to Paris's wig. I think
Yeah.
that's probably on the mood board. So maybe not. But I absolutely fucking loved it. I gave it 9.
I'll give it an 8. I like the way that the nurse's outfit is kind of, it's got like the pointy shoulders and it's not just like a nurse. Like they've tried to fashionize it. But at the end of the day,
Fashionize it.
yeah, fashion.
It's a verbs.
It is just another corset. So like it is gorgeous, but I'm not like excited. So I'll give it an 8.
Okay. Next up, we have Vicky5 E6 serving Queen of Hearts. Can I just give you a direct quote?
Please.
This just sums up my drag. It is perfection to look at.
Didn't RuPaul also say it was perfection?
I thought I was losing my goddamn fucking mind.
There are parts of this that I do like. So I think
When it's on the floor.
the cape looks well made and is very big and stuff. Like the shoulders in a heart shape is kind of interesting. But like I think all the diamante on the hearts is done really shoddily. And I feel like the head piece looks like it was kind of the jump off point rather than the finished thing. Yeah. So I could see why people would fucking lose their minds for it, but there's just a few features on it that didn't sit right with me, Barney.
Oh, God. Can I tell
I couldn't with a conscious heart fully say I loved it.
Can I tell you what I have realised through this season? The problem is with the current...
I really hate it, Cassie.
The current judging table is that we don't have anyone... First of all, not to be ageist about it, but we don't have anyone under the age of 50 and we don't have anyone that has any style. None of them have... They're all so fucking unstylish. You know, like when you're like, say, Drag Race France, for example, it's like, okay, I trust Nikki Doll. Nikki Doll knows shit. Like, Nikki Doll knows about fashion. And... You need to have...
And then they got Kitty Smile, and then what's the lady? She's a fashion person.
You want to have at least one person on the judging panel that you're like, they are a stylish person. And we get this a lot with Drag Race, I think, where like people have outfits that they're like, it needs to be big. It needs to be dramatic. So you get like, you're building these shapes and silhouettes that are just like crazy. but it doesn't have a congruent like style to it. It doesn't have any personal style.
Come on, break down
It's
to the
just-
idiots what exactly congruent means.
Congruent. It doesn't have like a thread that is running through it that's
Like a theme.
yeah, or like say if this was like, oh, it's a historical look. Well, let's make it fully historical. Do you know what I mean? It's like
Sure.
like anchor it as being from somewhere and like the stylistic points of it. But it's just like, right, we'll do crazy big shoulders that are in hearts. It's like, okay. And then this big heart, the head for me was like way too small.
Yeah.
Because it didn't have a wig, and it just like the sort of proportions of it. There was loads of ideas that came together, but it was like, it just, I don't know. It's just like, I was not into this at all.
When I was looking at the Drag Race Instagram to get these pictures off it, I was reading the comments, and there's a lot of beef about this one. A lot of people being like, I really hated that, and then other people like, did you not hear that RuPaul said it's like perfect? And it's just like these people like, look at you standing for a quote that RuPaul said.
I know. Also as well, like, do you trust, like, RuPaul doesn't have any style. RuPaul's like, you saw what he wore to the Met Gala. Like, RuPaul is,
Was it like a unicorn shoulder thing?
oh God, yeah, just like a pink sequin suit. I mean, it was for camp, fair enough, but it's just like, but RuPaul is styled and has all his things made for him, and it even looks like shit most of the time. Like, so it's like, and also Michelle, like who is here? Who is your style anchor here?
Michelle often looks very good, but that again is your team of stylists and your beauty team.
I didn't like it. I gave it 4.
I'll give it like a 6.
Next up, we have
One thing I did like was the blue jewel in the centre. It just popped. She could have gone red.
I think it irked me. I thought, why not? The whole thing red and then a blue jewel makes no sense.
It's the heart of the
Felt like
ocean.
an afterthought, yeah. But I thought the old lady dropped it into the ocean at the end. Next up, we have Kate Birch serving Gautier Sailor.
The wig is by Wig in the City, which made me think maybe we should do a collab. Babe 2, Truffle Pig Wigs in the City.
Into it. This, I had a lot of questions with this. First of all, honey.
The shoe.
Love you. Right. That motherfucking biscuit
had the
kicker. Oh my God. Sorry, there is one place that a round-toed, low-heeled
T-bar. I got the T. You need to be barred for that.
That is maybe, to me, the ugliest shoe that's ever been on Drag Race. And there has been, we remember Alaska's low patent black heel. Like, that is such an ugly shoe.
MIB wearing these shoes. Everyone was like, this is her weight has like crushed these heels down to like 2 mil.
We need to, if you got a photo, we need a fucking close up on them heel. That is true. That is quite an unforgivable fashion choice from LKB. They are, come on, give us a blast.
It's not Gautier, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God, they're even worse than I remembered. They are so great. And they also have the audacity to have a little bow on the front as if that's going to soften them. Come on, honey. They are truly hideous. Now, my other questions about this outfit is, and bear in mind, I'm an absolutely hardened KB stan. Everything was just a bit too baggy, wasn't it?
Yeah. Like if you're doing JPG, I know there's like the t-shirt look, but like maybe put a bit of boning in it, but actually looking at it does look like it's got some kind of dart or boning in it.
I think she's got a gigantic t-shirt and then tried to dart the front because of the boobs.
Yeah.
But it's like, you should have got a fitted women's t-shirt if that's what you wanted.
But she's obviously paid someone to do these heart cut out shorts.
Which again,
well,
they were
unless
too...
they're just like a sheen thing.
Maybe. But again, they were too baggy so that then the heart shape isn't that visible.
And then also pad your arse so that those hearts are like bulging with flesh.
Also, as well, if you're going to be doing an ass cutout, show me the ass. I want to see fucking... I don't care if they are flabby, spotty, hairy cheeks. Like, show me the motherfucking cheeks. I want to see cheek to cheek, baby. And
I thought she was wearing a Fitbit, but because she got fake tattoo sleeves. Yeah, I love you, Kate, but I'm going to have to give this like a Cinco.
I would have gone...
That's 5 for our British listeners, uneducated British listeners.
I would have gone rub-on tattoos rather than the sleeves because they don't pop for me, if I'm honest.
And I would have given it a leg sleeve as well if I'm going to do that. Or at least have like heart tattoos on your butt in the heart cutout.
Come on.
All it takes is 5 more minutes brainstorming.
If we just stayed in the rehearsal room,
on.
How
do we get people to pay us to take a look at their package and be like, no.
Galley pops. I think that the style choices that are made by us only matter to us, unfortunately.
True.
Much like this pod, it's like no one asked for these opinions, but here they are.
But 6 fans are listening.
Yeah.
Hey, girls, love ya. Next up.
I don't think we should undersell, because imagine if you're like one of the many hundreds of people that listen to this pod.
That is true. There was quite a few of you. We love and appreciate all of you.
Then if you were like, I'm one of 6. God,
You're one of 600.
Feels a bit despo. I'm not really sure about
We
it.
like to underplay it because we're not egotistical.
Yeah,
we're just
thank
very humble girls.
Next up, we have Miss Lucrezia Gorge's favourite person on this earth. It's Michael Maruli. He's got a black heart. No.
Can I tell you the thing that I dislike the most about this?
The entire outfit, the makeup, the hair.
Just at the tip of when it's coming to the point of the heart, it kind of
Wrinkly.
It loses. It's like there's no structure behind it, so that just the last bottom triangle of the heart just hangs down like a little flap, where the rest all looks hard and firm.
I don't need to talk about this outfit. I don't need to.
I'm in chains.
More foam shapes from Michael Maruli. It's a 4 for me.
I will give it props for
Props to your mom.
being different. A different idea.
You just couldn't say a bad word against him if you tried, could you?
No.
No.
But yeah, it's not for me. But yeah, at least it is different. He's the only person that's kind of thought of a black heart or like the broken, sad, pained heart.
Yeah.
So I give it what did I give Kate? What did I give Kate?
I don't know.
I'll give Kate a 6 because
Why not?
But I'll give Michael a 5.
That's brave of you.
Thank you.
Next up, we have Dee Delicious in, well, it's heart stuck on a corset.
She's got different hair on the Insta. The hair on the Insta is gorgeous.
Who is it by?
Oh, I didn't bother writing it down because I can't see it.
It's Probs Luna.
It's no, because it's a gorgeous, probably caged updo that has these kind of cushioned 3D hearts attached to it, which I
Okay.
feel like I recognise, and maybe she's borrowed it from someone. But yeah.
It's Ms. Vaseline.
Oh yes. Sorry, just a sidebar. I'm going to screenshot this. I had to show you. It's Dee Dee's promo picture for her Bloody Mary, and it's got her as a boy and then Bloody Mary like creeping around the shoulders. Look at Dee Dee as a boy in this picture. Supermodel. Isn't that insane?
Whomst is she?
She has got a whole new face.
She looks, dare I say, unrecognisable.
Yeah.
But
props to you, Mama.
Props to you, Mama.
Maybe that's
And
not
them
even
cheeky
just-
bees. Also, I'm going to say she's had a visit to Dr. Motox.
Well, I was going
She
to
looks
say,
like
maybe
she's
that's
got a little,
not just...
a little 1.5 mil pump in the lip.
Maybe. Those cheekbones are popping as well.
Do you know what? I'm going to say it. I think let's call it now. I'm going to say that she's had 1 mil across the jawline.
Why do you act like you know how much a mil is when you've never even had anything?
How fucking dare you? What? I've never had any filler?
Yeah.
Tell the pod. You've got that on record now. Anyone that doesn't believe that I haven't had lip filler and I have to show you pictures of me as a baby. No, I have not
The
had any
BBL
filler.
is real, though.
I have not had any filler. Not that I wouldn't, but I haven't had any filler.
It makes me laugh. Like, oh, yeah. Or 1 mil in there. So you don't know what 1 mil is.
Wow. You've really got
much
it
have I got
today.
in
What
my
a
lips?
fucking hater. I don't know. I can't even see him, Luke.
Exactly.
Yeah. You're a fucking hater. And we've
I'm
got
just
it on the
trying to
pod.
call people out. This podcast is about truth and honesty.
I'm going to say she's got
1 mil in the jaw.
1 mil along the jaw. That's probably a mil either side.
Yeah. A 0.5.
I'm going to say 1.5 on the cheeks. They seem pumped. And then I'm going to say that she's had a bit of blepharoplasty. What's it called? Botox to lift her brows up. I think she looks absolutely sensational.
She does.
Congratulations on you. She's someone that's never been in love. Let's hope that
Maybe her and Cara
RuPaul's Drag Race and the Bee brings some love into her life.
So what are you going to rate this look?
This, for me, is a 5. But I don't feel bad doing that because she said, listen, it's hearts on a corset. I don't think she was impressed by it either.
It is what it is.
Can I be honest with you? Deeply disappointing runway. Very boring runway, if I'm honest.
Yeah, it was all just very same. I'll give this a 5.
Okay. Next up, we have Ginger serving, I don't know, anatomical heart and a bouncy castle.
Yes, wig by her.
And couldn't you tell?
I appreciate that. Yes, she is like, oh, I'm made of helium. I'm a thingy character. But this just looks like Dee Dee fell in the Thames and they brought her bloated corpse up like a week later. It's
all very
the same to me, but just like bulky.
Yeah, it's all very confusing, isn't it? I did question, where's the shape, girl? What's going on?
But I think she's trying to not have a shape, but in that, like, yeah, how can you say to Dee Dee, we're losing your shape, darling? But they don't say that to Ginger.
I did like it though, because it's a bit more grim and gory and
Well, at
weird.
least you're trying to be funny with it rather than just trying to...
Sexy. Although she was trying to be sexy, she did say.
yeah.
Well, she's sexy. She's a sexy girl.
I think it's sexy.
I gave it 6. I was very confused by it.
Yeah, I can't give it any more than I've given Dee Dee, so I'll give it a 6.
And then last up, we have Miss Caramel serving something different.
Something different. She has not uploaded the look, which is a shame because I thought the wig is quite a cool idea. I like the way that's kind of like cut open with all the blood diamonds. Blood diamonds.
Blood diamonds. I feel also like I know. Also, can you take a picture of Dee Delicious boy self?
I've got it already.
Oh, good. I feel like I do know who that's by. I feel like I've seen it before. And I really do need to know who that wig is by. Oh yeah, she's only put her. Damn.
Snatch.
The Snatcherella. But I do need to know who that wig is by because it is heaven, no?
It's cool.
Yeah. What did you give it? I gave it an 8.
An 8.
Yeah.
I don't.
I like the wig. I thought it was good. Different colour face, different colour wig. It's in white. It's something a bit different.
Neck down, I'm not interested. Not interested, I'm not excited. I'll give this another 6, I guess.
Let's talk Zinger and Minger then.
Does it brighten up your world? Is it a zinger? Does it make you want to hurt? Is it me? Zingers and mingers.
My Minger was Dee Dee's, as it was just nothing.
Okay. What was hers again?
Just flat, well, sort of a slight curl, ready hair.
Oh, yeah. My, unfortunately...
Did I say Minger? Yeah, Minger.
Yeah. My Minger was Kate's squat little vintage waves, just because it didn't... What often happens, I think, with the vintage girlies is that the wrong length is used. Don't get me wrong, we use the wrong length all the time. But, like, you don't want vintage waves for a 50s look to be, like, shoulder length. You want it ear length.
Well, hers are short.
They're just a bit too long.
No, she's like a jawline. To me, that's giving like 20s, 30s, where I think she wants to be giving 50s.
Yeah, sorry, that's what I mean. That it's like it's here and it wants to be here. I think it just wants to be shorter than it is. Like the jawline is it's quite heavy and thick because it's curls, it's not waves. So I think if you're going to go short, you'd want it short.
That's going even more 20s. Basically, we don't like the wig.
Or there was 2, or Ginger's quiff. Sorry, I know you did it yourself, girl, but...
Well, that's the safest one to say then without offending anybody.
Yeah. And what was Zing for you?
Tamara's, I just fucking loved it. So shiny and wet looking, such a nice red, just so chic and gorge.
Yeah, just super sculpted, super gorgeous. And she can really I'm going to say it, she's got a fair old mug on her. And she can really take like a very sculpted, gorgeous. Yeah. So when we went into the critiques and we saw a close-up under the studio lights of Tamara's corset, divine.
Just sparkles for days.
Well, I didn't really notice how much detail went into it when I first saw it. But actually, under them lights, God, it was a real nice piece of craftsmanship, that were.
Lovely.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Michael and Cara are safe.
Yeah.
And are headed into Undertucked.
And Shelley's got one tit out, Son's implant.
Yeah, I saw that.
Good for you, babe. Looks fab.
In the judges' critiques, the way they talk to Tamara, I just think you literally are Alyssa. It's like she could just stand there and just like read out the alphabet and they'll be in stitches.
I sent a video to Yo-Yo of an Alyssa thing. Let's see if I've still got it. It is, you know, when you're just like she is an untapped comedy genius.
Isn't
like
she going to be on USA versus the World? Like, when are they going to
so.
announce this? I
Just
need her back in my
The
life.
funniest motherfucking bitch in the whole world. Here it is. She, her talking. Listen to this fucking girl go. Her talking to Bianca Del Rio.
Ready for this? I do love a good ball. You do? You've been known to have a couple in your mouth. I'm a good Christian woman, honey. I have nothing to say to that. Of course you do. Because you picked the right time to flaunt your foolishness in front of all of my friends, fans, family, and folks at home. absolute nerve. I'm a teacher and a mentor.
She is so fucking funny. It's just like literally the whole thing of that, just like in front of my friends, family, friends, and folks at home. She is just like, I can't even imagine how quickly her brain works to come up with that alliteration shit. She is the funniest person in the world.
I don't think she's even thinking about it. I think you just like crank her up and let her go.
But I'm going to use that all the time now. I am a teacher and a mentor. I felt like I was having an out-of-body experience and they were all talking about Vicky's costume. I know we've already said it, but they went down the line and every single one of them motherfucking fairies on the judging panel was like, God, what an outfit. I was like, are we? Okay, sure. It was very strange. When also as well, it did the shady cameraman on cameramans on Kate B. They had a close-up on them swollen size 11 stuffed into their biscuit kickers. And I thought, the world does not need a close-up, my friend. I couldn't believe it. I thought, wow, it's one thing to wear ugly shoes on the runway. It's one thing for them, the cameramen, to be in on the jokes.
They must be gay to be zooming in on that.
They absolutely must be.
Have you got anything to say about Untucked? I do not.
I felt like it would be quite hectic to hear, if you were a bit worried, if you were Vicky5 E6, it would be quite hectic to hear the other girl be like, to be honest, I'm not worried. Like, I'm looking forward to it.
It's part of the game. You'd think Vicky should know that. I thought she would be well in all of those mind games.
My favourite thing about Untucked was that Ginny's now become a verb.
To Ginny Lemon.
They're going to Ginny Lemon, which I think is nice. I would like that. And I feel like she'd like that. I feel like she'd feel sanctified.
Well, all of us refer to
doing
doing a Barney.
Yeah.
When you're just basically useless.
Oh, ha, ha, ha. Very funny, very funny. Very funny. It's a real comedy pod today, isn't it? And then we have our winners, bottoms, tops. Tell them about the sloppies.
Well, Ginger wins. And I've got to say, the message boards were not ours, but the internet.
The big MPs.
Everyone's saying Kate was robbed. And saying that they think three wins from Ginger now. They think production's setting her up too much to win. And maybe she shouldn't have. People were wondering whether she should have won the Panto. People are wondering whether she should have won the Snatch Game.
Definitely should have won Panto. I think, realistically, huge KB fan, she couldn't have won with the outfit. The outfit was awful.
Sure. I think Kate's downfall was that her jokes were at the guest judges and for us thingies at home rather than for RuPaul. Because like I said before, like, she just doesn't get the vibe, the Hun vibe, which I think is basically what Kate was
not
giving.
Queen of the Huns, unfortunately. I think Ginger is very well. What's the word I'm looking for? She deserved it, basically. Yeah, very justified. But as soon as this lip sync, unfortunately, we have Delicious and Vicky5 E6 in the bottom, battling it out to a very unknown Alexandra Burke song. I mean, they're all unknown to me.
Surely it must be the new single because RuPaul name dropped it earlier, and it's the thing. So I think it must be promo for a new single. It's currently called Heartbreak on Hold.
Sure. As soon as I saw Miss Vivace doing her Lee Strasberg dramatic reading, I thought, it's lights out for you, my babe. As soon as that, let me tell you, that was a motherfucking lip sync from Miss Licious. I thought she was.
I've got questions.
I got answers.
First times I watched it, I was like, wow, how is that corset not revealing anything? And then second time I watched, as if she had painted out her nipples with like pink.
She had pasties on.
No.
Delicious?
Yeah.
Yeah, she pulled them down. She had pasties on.
Heart ones?
Yeah.
So... Okay, so now I'm remembering that. So now I'm confused. Like, how did her corset, until she pulled it down, how did it literally looked like it was just like about to drop down the whole time?
I think...
And then she did have, maybe that the pink marks were from where it was digging into her or something.
Hear me out. I think it was...
Sorry if you can hear this helicopter. We're in London town.
God's sake, it's that V-Day all over again. I think that the corset was not a corset at all. I think it was just a bodysuit. And I think the top of it was a thick band of elastic that was around her. And then the sort of material comes out of that. So it's kind of a bit more ruched up top. But it's got like a thick like body band up top. That's what I'm guessing about the structures.
Sure. Yeah, it was just crazy to me. I just thought, DD was... so much more fun.
Yeah.
And maybe if...
I don't want to see a dramatic reading of an Alexandra Burke song.
No. And also I was going to say, if you've got that kind of makeup, you're kind of fucked. Like if you're doing like, ooh, spooky avant-garde Gaga makeup. It's like you can't really give like a fun times thing.
You're kind of fucked in that makeup, even lip sync or not, to be honest.
Yeah.
It was a choice.
Yeah.
Choices were made.
I love her. It's like, I'm going to do something spooky. I'm just going to do white face, no eyebrows.
And as well, like, oh, do you know what will really fucking send this one off? Give it a white feather lash.
They should be there should be some kind of...
I've never seen a feather lash look good on anyone. And do you know who it looked absolute worst on? Do you know who really screams to the front of my head? What was your mate with the dots called? Oh, Dottie. She was a Mormon girl, and then her parents kicked her out, and then she became the rocker with the dots.
Rob
Zombie on Drag Race.
Lol, there's someone on Drag King called Throb Zombie.
Love.
What was her fucking name? Now she's stopped doing the dots.
Thank God. She's got quite an awful name, Dusty Ray Bottoms. Oh, God. Because her name's Dustin, and they were like, Dusty Ray Bottoms, and then you thought that would be your drag name.
What's the Ray bit? Maybe Ray is just his middle name.
Probably. Yeah. He's called Dusty. So, yeah, it'd be Dusty Ray is a bottom. Like,
Dusty Ray. Yeah, well.
That's quite from the school of names. But, yeah, do you remember her when she had her dark brown hair on, quite a pale face, and then sort of like feather lashes in like the look she went home in?
No.
Oh my God, get it up on the pod. It's truly, truly terrible. So how did you feel about this lip sync?
Yeah, I thought Dee Dee was fun. It kind of made me think, finally we get to see her doing her, basically, like not some weird stuffy
because no one
Miz.
Can do Dee Delicious like Dee Delicious.
There's kind of like not saying that performance necessarily gave me the perfection that she is putting out there. Oh, gross. Put that on the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun, and she was having fun, and she was being silly, and she did some big moves. So fine.
She was silly and she did some big moves. That's all. That's all we can ask for as a gay audience. I thought that she knows how to work an audience, and it was like super high energy, even though at times it was a tad manic, but I've never minded that on a Drag Race stage.
I feel like if you're manic, at least you're like giving it your all.
Yeah.
Which is more fun.
And she did give it her all.
Not. Yeah.
She won. Yeah. So there we are. Luke, let's talk Rose and Thorn, shall we?
Mm-hmm.
First up, your Rose. What was going?
My Rose has just got to be the pure Huns net of it all, with the Alexandra Birkin and then the Alexandra
Alison
Birkin.
Hammond will be popping.
That's a bloody drag name.
Alexandra Birkin.
Yeah. Just the whole elephant in the room reference and stuff.
Yeah,
it was all just very silly, wasn't it?
Yeah. Mine was that one of our Sink the Pink girls, Miss Ginger Johnson, she's on top and she is absolutely killing it, and I love it. I'm so happy for her.
Fantastic. Your Thorn.
My Thorn at the moment is, sorry to sound like a broken record, but I can't believe how uncelebrated Kate Butch is at the moment. I feel like she hasn't got any badges. She hasn't really been like, the conversation hasn't been that she's been robbed in anything. Do you know what I mean? I'm glad it is. Well, I'm glad it is happening offline, but I don't think the other girls really rate her like the audience does. Mm-hmm. And I think that, I don't know, it's just like I really want her to have her week, and I thought that maybe Snatch Game would be, and I'm very glad that Ginger won.
Well, there's acting next week. I imagine she'll be good at acting.
Yeah. So maybe she... I feel like the narrative is that she's kind of skirting by, but actually she's given us gold. I don't know. But you can tell the editor likes her. So.
Sure.
Oh my God, fuck this airplane.
Well, in contrast to that, my Thorn has got to be her little anything goes T-bar character shoe.
Oh my God, that deserves... I'm sorry, these fucking airplanes, it's insane. Literally what is going on, I feel like we're at some dodgy 1950s air show.
Next time on Drag Race, it's the acting challenge, and it looks like we have 3 dramas, which from the looks of it, I'm guessing is based off of like Emmerdale, Pride and Prejudice, and then I'm really fucking hoping and praying Footballers' Wives.
The 3 pinnacles of British soaps. Pride and Prejudice.
Well, because Emmerdale's a soap, so it's not really a drama, but I don't know what else they address as farmers.
Well, it might be soaps and be Bridgerton.
No, they said dramas.
Is Bridgerton a soap? I don't know. Yeah, okay, cool.
Bridgerton's not a soap.
I'll fuck. Just go fuck myself.
And now, can you do a spooky sound for me? Dragula roundup. Ding, 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 ding. Okay.
That's requested by the fans.
We are back with Dragula Season 5, starting off harder and faster. This time, the uglies got dropped off in the woods at night on their own and have to find their way. Close, you go for the toilet. Find their way through the woods whilst being chased and tased by these people in kind of like full body moss suits. So they're proper just
Tased.
Tased.
Yeah. Tased, no. I just couldn't believe it was
kind of
happening.
like Cousin It, but instead of hair, just imagine. So they're just like lying on the floor and then they just jump at you and it's coming. Then eventually they all make it to a clearing where they meet each other for the first time. My favourite bit from that was they're all going around saying who they think is going to be the first one out. And one's like, I'm sure you're a really good 8-count diva, which is the highest cuss for a Dracula gal.
We need that as a sound. Like, I'm sure they're a really good 8.
My faves so far are Neo Huru X from China and Ort Gothic from Argentina. These names are tough.
These names, isn't it?
Neo Huru.
Bring me back Vicky Vivacious.
Neo Huru is this fucking sick trans angel with just like her hairline shaved back and then all these like head tattoos. I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
The floor show was create a look inspired by the theme Terror in the Woods and showcase it on stage with charisma, stage presence and performance skills.
Wow.
My main gal Honey, Neo Huru, won this with a fox demon character. And then JK and Satana were the bottom two and had to hike up a mountain and then bungee jump in the dark.
I saw this. I literally cannot wait to watch this. Like that. Would you be able to do that?
I think actually maybe it's less scary in the dark because you can't. I feel like for me it might be easier to jump into blackness than to see how far down I'm jumping.
Yeah. Really, I feel like jumping into darkness would be much scarier.
They had to do it backwards as well.
Yeah.
Some people might call it virtual insanity, but JK was exterminated, giving Satana another chance in the comp. And then I'll fill you in on the rest next week, girls.
Shout out to Cynthia Dole's insane cheek piercings as well.
Oh, she is a character. She's funny.
Can't wait. I actually haven't seen it yet. So if you haven't watched it yourself, girlies, then make sure you get out there and go watch Dracula because Dracula is
and
the best.
If you haven't already, you can do at least a month's free trial on Shudder. So you can get at least a few episodes in.
Oh, there you go. You got no excuse. Right. It's been an absolute pleasure. Thanks for sticking with us for a very long episode. And we will see you next week.
Bye.
Love ya.